Like, did your parents ever pushed you to try a new thing, like in school? Like maybe kwambie join a club or join a sports or join a singing games or
100%
something.
my father.
Wow, that's
Joining
so nice.
high school, my father was like, yes, academics, but you have to join a club. I joined Science Congress. I joined soccer because I was playing equal in primary. An experience. I first knew town through my father challenging me. He was like, this is the hiyo ilikuwa time sima ulikuwa unaenda kulipa ofisi ya KPLC. I'm a primary kid. Okay, hapa primary, sijui 7 or 8. My dad is like, yo, so today is going to be your first day going to town. Be ready to get lost, but you'll get home. So just yeah, that's all you need to know. No, job office yeah,
this guy and responsibility.
So with that, at first I was like, what do you mean under town pekeng? But your exposure, now for sure you can maneuver anything. After that, what is sound? I can do anything. What is like, why can't I change counties?
So hi guys, welcome to a new episode of Girl Spell Podcast, and I'm here with Laura.Jael and myself. Just call me Crescentia. So this is a continuation of episode 5, where we talked about
like how our parents made or broke us. Hey, English almost leaving us.
Yeah. So So episode 5 was more about how our parents made or broke us, and we tackled a number of issues. We gave our own personal experiences, and today we want to narrow down into, we want to generalize what actually happens. It may not have been our reality, but we've had stories from our friends, and now we just want to talk about it, not just to also include you in our story. What do you think?
I think that's amazing. And speaking from a perspective of, we have friends, we have cousins who have different parents from what we have. It means different experiences. It allows everyone to feel like, oh, I can relate to that. You go through that. That's news to me. So it brings a sense of everyone is involved in, compared to what we had in episode 5. And if you haven't listened to the previous episode, it's just before this one. Go check it out, because we for sure shared a lot of relatable stuff. Although the major part of that was focused on our experiences with our parents. So looking forward to this episode, because I believe I've had other people's experiences, and made or break them was a whole thing.
Yeah, but you see, like, this episode is so big, we just couldn't finish everything within one episode. And I felt like when the last episode was almost coming to an end, I had a couple of things that I still wanted to share, but again I had to just stop sharing, because we are trying to be in the 45 minutes. And you see, we can talk.
We can
talk.
God can preach.
Yeah. How do you feel today, though? How do you feel, like, generally? What's your mood? What is it looking like? How are you generally, like?
I feel good. Because over the weekend I went for a hike. Me and my sister have been more of besties everywhere. Obviously, Inian and Chokozanga, but and my younger sister is getting better. That's something I'm happy about. So I feel vibrant. I feel energized somehow, and looking forward to a new week.
Okay.
And December, as in to October isha 20. Yeah.
December.
I'm done.
The
year is wrapped. The year is wrapped.
What's happening in December?
I just feel like I'll be very 100% rested. Like, rested and in my mom's house.
Yeah.
You know, you can be rested in your house, but everything is still on you. In my mom's house, it's not. Yeah. There's a difference.
I feel so beautiful. I feel so relaxed. And you see,
before she continues, allow me, guys, huyu msichana and her new look. I bow. She ate.
Yes.
Niliona sistangu, sijui clock it.
Ni hivi. You know the general from a Gen Z, because me nimeland juzi. Like, a week clock. Like on social media clocking. Have you seen, like, this social media comment section where, kama TikTok, a screenshot like something that was in the video, then or something funny, or maybe someone was dancing like in a funny way, then screenshot that funny part and then waneka put chini. Inanifurahisha, like those things just make me so happy. Like, yeah. So I know in the last episode you saw my new look.
And she ate. No crumbs left.
I was not too, but
just saying.
If you have people around you who pour life into you like this, do you have an option?
You don't have an option.
Yeah, so it's more of a season of living for me. I don't want to survive anymore. I'm really trying my best to live, and I'm trying to do the things that as a young girl I always wished to do one day. Like, like go somewhere, or maybe have a tattoo, or, those crazy things in your head, as fantasies in your head, like as a young girl that you have, like maybe date a particular type of a guy, and the lulu on your head would go all, those kind of things. So I'm kind of trying to live up to my childhood dreams. Sometimes I tell myself there's a stage that I missed, and now it's like I'm living it, and that's so nice for me. Because I've seen those wamama kwa plots at home wao wanarukaruka blada, unajiuliza hawakuruka blada wakiwa wadogo.
It's a PE for them,
yeah,
when their children are in school.
Exactly. And so it's just my time. So I dyed my hair and I just love it.
It's eating.
Yeah.
I think I love it more than she loves it.
Oh, yeah, thank you, boo. Eating, and sure. You don't know what I'm yet to do. Just sit down and clap for me, or join me in this journey of transformation.
Clock it. Whatever they do.
Well, I want to take this opportunity, even before we get into the interesting parts of this episode, to market your club. Because who do you want to market if we don't start by marketing here?
Yeah.
So guys, let me take this opportunity to introduce you to Benaura Walking Club. Is it Benaura or Benora? Benora. How do you pronounce that?
Because Laura is Laura, so it's Benaura.
Yeah. Benaura.
Yeah.
Nice. So my friends, that is Laura.jail on social media, and Benta Marion _Fitverse on TikTok and also on IG, started a walking club. These people can walk. Like, they've walked from Juja to town, from town to Ngong. They've done a hike in Ngong. Like, they walk for fitness. And I think, what are you championing for? Is it mental health or just fitness, or
it's something? A combination of both. Because bet me, after those walks, there's just, you have 100% clarity on your mental health. There's something that it does, because it might be fun and games more so when you're starting and maybe finishing.
Yeah.
But in between, you get time to think by yourself, focus on yourself in the moment. Also have people who are sharing different ideas here and there, instead of just sitting home. So I'll say it's a combination of both fitness and mental wellness, because for sure we vouch for that.
That's nice.
And the hike I was actually happy about was the hike we did the other weekend. We did Ngong Hills. It was a good hike, and the numbers were great. So Saturdays, if you don't have what you're doing and you feel like you're ready to move your body, feel free to join us. That's no payment required, and it's a fun club to be in.
That's nice. So they do their walks every Saturday. They always have something planned up. And so if you want to join their walk club, you want to start your fitness journey and you don't even know where to start, maybe you start by like walking, joining, and creating and joining a community.
Yeah.
Maybe for accountability, it's nice. Very. And so I encourage you to follow them on their socials so that you check out on the next fitness activity that they have planned for you.
Sure.
Thank me later.
You sure will. I'm
starting to plug you guys on quality things for your health, but also at affordable price. And this is actually free. So
thanks.
Now you're welcome. So we wrote down a few things because we talked about so many things in the last episode, and so we were able to write down a few notes so that we just talk about them in depth today. And so we want to just get into the scenarios of where, like, parents either make or break, like, their children, and we just want to get into depth of these things. Like, we had them like written down so that we don't miss up on any point. And are you ready?
Very ready. Ready.
So on the first one, so we want to focus on how parents are able to make or break their kids through provision of emotional support and encouragement. And also, of course, we're talking about the African setup, how we grew up. Yeah. Do you want to go?
Yeah, I want to go for
Please,
sure.
please take the stage.
I feel that's a very important point.
Yeah.
Because for sure that transitions to the adult that child becomes. And from a point of emotional support and an African based scenario, I don't think most parents were that woke to be like, I should be emotionally there for my kids.
Yeah.
They were just like provider, protector, you have everything you need in school, you have food, basics, then I'm doing my part as a parent to you. So the emotional bit, it took some time, and actually some never got there. So I'm 100% sure it's one of the things that makes or breaks kids, and I believe it's quite important. I had the pleasure of having a tiny bit of that. I didn't have it all, but I had it a bit, and I will say it's a must-have for me as a parent.
That's really nice. I have interacted with kids who came from complete families where their parents really gave them attention, showed up on their school days, observed the changes in their bodies, especially if you're like a girl.
Exactly.
And they talk you through it. Really spoke love to them and reminded them of their worth. You understand? So, and I've also been with friends whose parents really just provided for them the basic needs. They ensured that they had clothes on, food, and they were taken to school. And so if you look at the difference in terms of like behavior and how these two grow, you can clearly see that anyway this one grew in an environment where there was just so much attention and love, and this one really lacked something. And I also think that emotional support is very important as much as the basic needs are, because we don't just grow to fulfill we just have meet. I don't know, like, what do I say? It's not like we just grow for the basic needs or rather the education. We have so many things happening.
Left than that.
We live with people. We need to learn how to interact with people. There's just so much going on.
I need to learn how to balance my emotions as a person, myself,
my emotions,
so that I'm
yourself.
In an environment where I have 100 people, I can't just be acting up. Like balancing emotions is very important, but you can only learn that when it's showing in the environment that you're being raised.
Have you seen these kids who, like, maybe in church they're asked to present a poem or sing, and they do it so confidently, like, hello, praise God, my name is Chris Sensha, and I'll sing for you today.
And
but
then
have you seen this one? Mwenye anakiwa amejificha chini ya watu. So kuja uimbe nani?
So to make it worse, consider it's even a group of maybe 10 kids. Na bado anajificha na hapo na watoto wenzake.
They even end up crying.
Speaks a lot.
Okay, understand kuna ile like stage fright. But then there's how if a parent like supports you like emotionally, you build that confidence and your self-worth. So when you grow up, you see right now, sometimes I see how some of the people I know, not really my friends, struggle with confidence and self-worth. And you just see how something lacked in their childhood. I'm not saying, but then personally, I didn't have like the emotional support growing up. I just built it through experiences growing up. Because at one point, I was stepped on like a dust, like a rag, and my senses had to wake up and remind myself, well, this was not given to me, but this is the
I have to give it to myself.
But now I just feel like, how would have it looked like if it would have come from my parents? Really nice. So I think like one of the best ways that a parent can either like make or break a child is by considering the emotional like support.
I agree. And more reason why you're seeing her smiling here today, because she had confidence.
So one thing, I have a quick scenario even before we go to the next. If there's one thing that my dad instilled in me is confidence.
100%.
Well, the self-worth, the other thing I built slowly. But confidence. Let me tell you a scenario. So one day, my dad took me to, my dad just told me, I want you to take me somewhere. Like, those are the things my dad used to tell me. I want you to take me somewhere. I'm saying one, though there were many scenarios. And we went to a particular court. So that was my first time stepping into a court, and actually my last time, because I never go to a court again. My dad always wanted me to be a lawyer.
There's a point on that.
Yeah, but you can see the character. I look like I can defend you in a court.
My unpaid lawyer is here fully.
So we went to this law court, to this court, and there was this girl who was, I think she was the lawyer of the day, and she had on these like 6-inch and everything, and you could, and she was like, your honor, my client says, hey. I mean, the English in the room was just so powerful, like it was so anointed. I was like, hallelujah.
somebody, anybody,
everybody sing. It was just so good, you see. And so my dad pointed at her, said, "Are you seeing that girl? I want you to be like her." I didn't really take it as he was comparing me. I just took it as he really wants me to build my confidence. And so, not once or twice did my dad take me to his school and told me to pray in front of everyone. Like, food is on the table and says, "My daughter will pray." And now everyone is looking at me, and now I have to pray. So those are kind of the things that help me to build confidence. Maybe other parents do it in their own ways, but I just feel like that is, reaching out to your kid, showing them that they're more capable.
They can do this.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the next is on instilling like values and discipline to the kids. And here we are talking about like how do you say, like how your parents made sure that you knew why you need to do something, why you need to show kindness, when you need to be generous, even when you need to draw the line, where you need to draw the line, where you need to be clean in the house. Unaona, because like they're kids. But then me nasemanga tu kweli. Have you made friends who are just so careless in the house?
A 27-year-old man.
At 20, why does it have to be a man?
Oh, human being. But as a 27-year-old man, why are you not clean? It's just a matter of clean freak. Just clean.
Just clean. Like, oh my god, like I don't know. Me, I don't care about you being a slob or you being a neat. At least know where a pant should be and a cap. What is your cap doing on top of the window at Yeno?
The suit you wore 3 weeks ago under your bed. Doing what? Where's your laundry basket? Empty though.
Empty. But your suit.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like, what is it doing there? Okay.
You can do it. You can do better.
Okay. You're in the crowd and it's time for prayers. And you're making noise and shouting everywhere. Like,
something wrong somewhere.
So I think that sometimes I see certain characters in people and I'm like, they were really raised well. And I see some and I'm like,
maybe not your fault.
Well, it's not your fault. Maybe it's not your fault. Like, they're just people who lack manners. Yeah. They lack manners. Their values are questionable. And they don't have the discipline to life.
Napo sasa ekelewa zazi, man, umefika 28. Yeah. You're a grown-ass human being. You're responsible for everything that you're doing. We're not blaming your parents for anything.
We're not trying to blame our parents. We're just saying that like those are like ways that our parents could have either like made us or broke. But I also say like our parents were very careless. See these kind of parents who drink a lot and come back home at midnight drunk and making noise for all neighbors.
What do you expect?
What is a kid picking from such kind of a home? Yeah. Automatically, good Lord, if they pick the other side. Yeah. But some in the household will pick the one where they come back drunk. And they build their own families one day and they still come home drunk and they don't see any problem with it.
Where's the problem? I grew up knowing that. So
like this should not be a problem. It's normal. And you should not. And even when it comes to like respecting even like your better half. Do you know like some people how their parents talk to maybe how their dad talks to their mom and even how their mom responds to their dad have made them so careless with their words that like when they like grow old, it's like you just talk to anyone like anyhow. Okay. And that's like the values and like respect. Me, I can say like parents also contribute just so much. There's a point where you get in life and we say we are not blaming your parents anymore. You should take responsibility. But I feel like the foundation. Me, I'm talking about the foundation because there's that part where we have to pick it and continue on our
obviously, we picked it somewhere. Yeah,
we picked it. We had to pick, but there's that foundation.
Important.
Yeah. So.
Okay, that's true.
This is interesting. Like exposure and opportunity.
Quite interesting. Actually, very. Where? You in your village, where are you getting exposed? To the CBD of the village.
Me, I can just say by the way, I want to give you a scenario of this. Like did your parents ever pushed you to try a new thing? Like in school, like maybe kwambie join a club or join a sports or join a singing games or
100% my father.
Wow.
Joining so nice. High school, my father was like, yes, academics, but you have to join a club. I joined Science Congress. I joined soccer because I was playing equal in primary. An experience. I first knew town through my father challenging me. he was like, this is the hiyo ilikuwa time sima ulikuwa unaenda kulipa ofisi ya KPLC. I'm a primary kid. Okay, hapa primary sijui 7 or 8.
Kulipa tokens nikiwa kampo.
My dad is like, yo, so today is going to be your first day going to town. Be ready to get lost, but you'll get home. So just yeah, that's all you need to know. No, job office ya
this guy and responsibility.
So with that, at first I was like, what do you mean under town pekeng? But your exposure, now for sure you can maneuver anything. After that, what is sound? I can do anything. What is like, why can't I change counties? So that is 100% my dad. My mom could hold back, but my dad is always the person of academics are, but you have to be out there too.
My dad is academics only. We are only going to school. Hizo mambo mingi yote ni mambo yako.
But he knows where to draw the line, because when he told Laura that, I went into 6 clubs. Now we are coming back to, you have to drop this, and then I don't want to drop
this.
Sasa nafanya ni journalism. Mimi nataka tu kwenda funky. I swear, babangu anajua mtoto wake ni engineer ama daktari. Journalism unafanya nini? Na uweze kuwa kila weekend na kupigia huko funky. It had to go until the deputy of the high school where I was in, and then he was like, ensure msichana ende out na out, because now so it is good exposure, but you have to have limits, because you have also to balance your books. Utasoma saa ngapi kama 90% of the time uko nje, so he can't allow that too.
But I'm also curious, if maybe you came to your dad and told him like, I've joined this club and this club and this club, okay, the ones that you finally settled on that were not distracting your school, was he like supportive? Like maybe if you said like you've joined chess, did he buy you like a chess board?
100% supportive. My dad helped me do some of the projects for Science Congress.
Ooh, nice.
Actually joining soccer, I had my soccer stuff. What other?
Did you join soccer in high school?
I started soccer in primary, and high school I also played soccer.
Do you know she was a football player?
Guys,
okay, ulikuwa utility kwa fullback too. Huyo ni defender wewe. Hey, ni man.
Those were the days. But juzi nimemiss kucheza. Juzi nimeona pitch fulani nikakuwa like,
it's the sportsmanship. Like when you see how do I say, like familiarity, like you just want to be there and play. Those were like the thing with the football. Wow.
But exposure, my dad, 100%. That one at nimekuwa scout. Actually, scouting was the other thing he supported. So football, Science Congress.
Did you guys make those like beams and the maps?
100%, and cooked outside in the tent when it's raining. Yeah.
Wow. Me, I think, as much as my dad didn't directly tell me to, go out and join this and join this and join this, the confidence that he instilled in me at a young age just pushed me to be outgoing. Generally, I'm not the kind who just focused on education. I just thank God that I've been so gifted academically, and my academic history reads best everywhere. Exactly. Like I've been number 1 all through. So a good performer. But then, like, I look at also how I've performed in sports, because I played sports in primary, I played sports in high school, in campus, and in all of them, I featured for like top, like top. I've played like national leagues and everything. But then I don't think my dad has ever watched me play before.
I think those are some of the hurtful things.
Those are the hurtful things maybe for me, because like I'm like, some days I really wish that I'd see my father on the touchline. The way I defend, I would be so fierce and so thing. Because like I'd see the way I'd play when I see some of my friends on the touchline, and that day I'd place the ball on my chest. Na niweke kwa mguu, nitani mtu hivi. I know, like it builds some confidence, everything. So I think like when it comes to like exposure and opportunity, it could be like your parents like pushing you to do new things, and also supporting you in those things. I can say that my dad actually bought me my first boots. Do you know how it happened?
Oh, wow.
I came back home and I told my dad that, I've been playing football. I joined football and I'm serious, and I've been picked to join an academy. Because that time in Kisumu, there was this academy called Keifa. Watu wangu wa Keifa siku moja najua mtaona hii video. Na watambua, because that's where all the hood football like started. And there were these whites who came to like pull us into academy, and it was just so beautiful. And so they offered us like shoes to play with, but then I didn't have boots. So when I went home, my dad was like, I want to take you somewhere so that you can get like the shoes that you want.
want.
And so when I went there, I looked at all the shoes. Then I saw one boot there and I said, I want this.
Yeah.
That boot was oversized, but the fact that it was a boot,
That's the one
I
I
told
want.
my dad that this is what I want. He was so surprised because he was like, I'd pick a school shoe, like, you know,
A church shoe or
a church shoe,
something.
but I picked like the football shoe. And that's when he really realized that I really love
Like
this
this
game,
game.
you know. And so I still feel like, as much as he didn't directly like tell me to like join sport, join what and what, he supported me through it. Like he always, like, it used to talk about me with his, like, hey, my daughter who's a footballer, you know, and everything. And well, I feel good. But I still feel like maybe when it comes to exposure, we're not the kind of family who could afford vacations and you take me to travel where I know the kids were privileged enough. Like every year they try a new country. Like they celebrate their birthdays in Sweden, in Maldives. Like Jesus Christ.
Her kids will do that. Don't worry.
Me, I envy my kids, by the way.
I know.
Like
sijui nikuwe mtoto
sijui
wangu.
nikuwe mtoto wangu. Because those ones,
talk about it.
Baby is your blessing.
But expression is cool, really cool.
Yeah, so the next one, emotional intelligence and communication.
African-based parents. Hapa kuna situation.
Laura, have you ever had real grown-up conversations with your father or with your mother?
Maybe sahi, yes, but be 18 and below, nah. It's more of wao ndio anasema kitu chenye ifanyike, na it's more of babangu is academics, you have what you need. Sioni kitu kingine tunaongelelea. My mom will be like knowing how to live with people, taking care of your family, as in there's no actual conversation of, by the way, when it started, maybe no actual conversation about life, was it? But emotional intelligence, was it there, because I ended up crying for a whole time. My mom found my high school letters. I was like, shideko karibu kutokea.
Boys' letters.
Yeah. A bunch of them, which I still have to date. I should ban, because why do I have those? Okay, I'm such a holder. But yeah, she found them in my bedroom. I was like, huh. I love how I found them. I found her finding them. I was like, how do you start from explaining a Gorosare boys, Rapogi boys?
I will be so confused and also ask, what are those?
With your name fully graffited in the cover.
Who put them there? Gaslighter of professional.
God. This one, you're dangerous.
Like, who put them there?
I was just like, sasa leo niko karibu kula lecture ya mwaka. Oh God. As in, where would she find them? But yeah, after you had a conversation, obviously not sexual oriented, not covering what she should have covered. It's just like, boys will do. Boys will, like, tell me the aftermath. Tell me reason behind it. Not that. It's just, this will happen, this will happen. I don't want you to do this. But after conversations here and there, my father once took me out, and then he was just like, I've told you this before, him telling me, if a man reaches out to me and wants to maybe have me as a wife or marry me, he has to go with them out first. They go grab a drink and then ask him if he's sure of what he wants to do. A random conversation out of nowhere. Acha kwa device. Amekuangusha tu hapo bombshell, niko like, baba. So unataka aje na hiyo information? Yeah, akwambia kitu anataka lakini anakuambia. So a few instances of those, but majorly I wouldn't say emotional intelligent. I won't. Yeah, I feel like there's still a lot of work to be done. But
what really is emotional intelligence here? What's your definition? Like, how would you define, what state do you say you're emotionally intelligent?
Knowing first to handle myself with others and in their situation. You are crying right now. We can't cry, all of us.
Yeah.
But I'm not equally going to be like super happy in the environment that you're crying. So calming down my happiness and trying to get to what is happening. Why are you feeling so? Where did this come from? How would you have liked it to turn out as?
Yeah.
Like mitigation and stuff, understanding, so that even me next time I don't do whatever made you cry. Maybe I've done it before. So trying to learn this person's emotion and being aware of them without even first considering yourself. I think that's my rough in definition of emotion. emotional intelligence. Yeah.
I'd say congratulations to my father where you are, because when it comes to emotional intelligence and communication, that was the hub.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, we've
Damn.
had tough conversations with my dad. Well, not about me, because he's the one who initiates those conversations. Like, he's, because I don't know, maybe just out of insecurity, Leah, this is my daughter and I'd love her to turn out this way, and I don't want her to be spoiled by bad men and everything. And so, he just maybe look at me. I think my dad is very observant. Like, maybe my dad will just notice maybe how I dress or how I carry out myself, like the things that I love doing, my fashion sense and everything. And then from that, he had already jumped into conclusion. So he wants to talk to me, because maybe he's seeing like I'm starting to dress like more sexy. So maybe he may relate that with, like, because he's seeing me that way, I may be attracting many men. So in short, he goes ahead of the game and talks to me about men. You understand?
Okay.
So really, if it comes to emotional intelligence, for the longest time I've understood it as being able to understand your emotions.
True.
Like, being able to talk yourself through your emotions, deal with spaces where you ought to have overreacted but you stay calm, and just being able to express yourself and say respectfully, like, this is what you feel, and not having intentions of hurting like anybody. Just being able to, so I think, like, my parents really made me, and in last episode I talked about it, and I'll still stay, like, my dad, we've had like tough conversations with my dad. One thing that my dad told me,
get ready.
my daughter, one day if you're ready for marriage, ensure you have your own thing. And my dad has always repeated that to us, like, ever since we were young. And I've always wondered, like,
what's up
my
with this
stepmom was a housewife, like,
we can survive.
I don't get the lines.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that his greatest wish has always been that we get to have our own things. And my dad always told me that if you want a man to respect you, you must have your own thing.
Yeah, I agree with the man.
I don't know if it's like good advice, but it has really helped me to push so hard for the things that, I mean, to be able to, like, just pay my bills, sort my own shit. So if someone comes into my life, they just come to compliment, and it's not like they're coming to
sort stuff
to
for
sort
me.
or fix it.
Yeah.
And everything, they find me already on the go. But generally, how women are built, that is really not the it is, it's not how, like, women, femininity doesn't describe it so strongly as that, because we are meant to be taken care of.
I'm supposed to chill
and take a back seat and look pretty like a flower, and be taken care of, treated well, and everything. So me, I think there's a point here that we talk about parents, like, talking to us, maybe projecting their insecurities
on us
as the kids. But me, I understand, because it has maybe, like, worked for me. So maybe respect, maybe, okay,
no,
maybe not to go so far and times are changing, yeah,
to embrace that.
Yeah, so we've had tough conversations with my dad, which have helped me to really know how to talk to people. And then my dad really, like, talks to us, and that's maybe, like, just, I've had to survive my dad several times. Kitambo, my dad will talk to me and I just know that he's lying about me, and I'll never shut up. Like, you're lying. That's not what I did. I could, like, defend myself and everything. And then he'll be like, you're talking back at me, and I'm your father. But you see, maybe emotional intelligence is me being able to nowadays hear my dad speak and give him grace. Like, whether he's lying about me or saying the truth about me, as long as I know my truth.
Yeah, I'm okay with what I know.
I'm okay. So
yeah, we'll deal with you.
Yeah, exactly. So that. So before we get into, like, the deeper parts, did your parents teach you how to be, like, grateful? Like, talk about gratitude.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, there was a place where you mentioned, like, your dad introduced you to doing things alone, kitambo, like, go pay the tokens. I know we've talked with you a lot, and you told me how you used to, like, wash your dad's, like, shoes, and then you get some money. I just want to understand, because I know you're a very independent lady, but I want to relate it to has it affected, like, your relationship in any way, and in what ways have you handled that? Like, of course, like, it's not like every day you're going to show your independence and you're around your man. Like, sometimes giving them an opportunity to lead, not even sometimes, like, every time. Like, how has it affected your relationships? If not even with your man, like with your siblings, with your friends. Do you think like you take opportunities even in places where you just need to take a back seat and watch things being done, especially for you? As I go to the next topic.
Okay. That is attached. The question she's asked is attached to gratitude, right? So this is for context. 22-year-old me, or 21, as my best friend will say, I hadn't dropped that independent shit. Okay, it's not shit. It's important, guys. Very important. Still works for me to date.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of learning.
Yeah.
First of all, I have, in the modern society that we are in now, CCC 1980, guys, to go 2025. So in a modernized environment, I have to have my shit for sure. Times are running so fast, I need to have my shit. That is learned and in my bag. I need to have my own stuff. I need to be able to work and get my own stuff. 21-year-old me was very rigid and very structured in terms of, you're coming my life just to exist. Me, I can get my own stuff. Just know that. To exist, sir. And if you want to live, you can live ASAP. Because you're not doing anything. I'm doing stuff for myself. So yeah, I don't need you. But now I've taken the whole time to learn that I'm still a woman.
Wow.
I need to be a woman.
Yeah.
As much as the independence, I can get my shit done, but when it's time to be a woman, it's time to be a woman. And this is not even attached to the person or the man or the person I'm dating or my lover.
Yeah.
But Chris, back then, I wouldn't allow her do something for me because I feel like, why is she? I can do it. Why am I letting my guard down and so on? But with time now, I'm just like, oh, you've come to my place. You know where the gas is. You can cook. You see my clothes. They're dirty. I don't mind you take me out on a date. You get very free, very not guarded, but I have my own shit together.
Yeah.
So it has had impact because some friends show love by doing stuff.
Yeah.
And when you're this independent person, the first thing you're blocking is anyone doing anything for you. You get.
Yeah.
So automatically your friend anaanza kufeel amski ama amuelewani in one way or the other, but not from a bad point. So I would say it has been work in progress, and it has taught me I don't need my guard up all the time because for sure I know I'll get my shit done. Yeah.
You've mentioned a part that I was almost missing about like kuskiza, listening. Me, by the way, as a child, I just admit, but I feel like my dad never really listened to me. He heard me, but he didn't listen to me. Like, do you know, there's this perception of millennial boomers X, I don't know, whatever, that they've lived all those years and they know and understand everything. And so your idea of life right now is nothing. I count. Yeah. Like, I'm the one who's telling you the final say and the final thing, and I know everything. I've lived, so you should just listen
to me.
And sometimes that's not my reality, because that was your world. If it was 1960, that was your world. Exactly. But this is me in 2020 and or 2016.
We have different
This
parts.
is my world. Hey. The kind of pressure that I'm facing outside there might be familiar to you, but it is not as intense, or it doesn't have like the same intensity as yours. And so sometimes I'd explain how I felt about some things, and it will just look like I'm being petty, or I don't want to listen, and I don't want to focus on what's important. And so every time I'd say something, my dad would dismiss all that and say, what I want you to know is go to school and learn. God. So it almost seemed like the end goal of life is that I need to go to school and study.
Whatever is happening in that life,
whatever is happening, whether during my periods I find like I don't want to go to school or to class, I feel I'm so chaotic, I don't know how to deal with my emotions. That doesn't matter. Just go to school first. Yeah. Go to school first, and then you realize that one day you're learned and you don't know how to live with people. You're not employable because you don't know how to talk to your boss. Because all you did was to go to school. And so I just feel like it's really important to listen. Maybe that's one thing that I really want to do for my kids. Just listen without being in a hurry to speak, being in a hurry to advise,
listen to respond,
or even respond. Just listen. Sometimes just listen. Some days I just wanted to just listen. I mean, I just wanted you to listen. But then now it made me avoid talking to him, because I always knew like he won't really listen.
Equally, I know the reply you're not
like dismiss my point and advise me according to his generation, and then it won't work with me, and then I'll end up being sad. And it won't like continue. I wanted to ask you, did you ever watch your parents disagree or like maybe disagree, handle their issues? Did they handle their issues in front of you guys? No. Like as kids? No, and does that help you right now? Like, do you know where to talk about your issues even with like your guy?
100%. 100%, because you can't be shouting in front of kids. You can't be making some conversation in front of kids.
You know, there are parents who solve all their problems in front of kids. Unasema mali imetupata. Hata kama kuna do unasikia mtu akisema, mimi sasa hii hatuna pesa sijui nini.
Hata sijui kitu mnakula sapa.
Hata sijui kitu mnakula sapa.
To your 5-year-old,
imagine. Watoto wako tu hapo wanaona venye mambo inakuanga huko. I don't know. Have you ever met these people who just say all their problems like you just met me? Or even couples who just talk, like even their personal issues that you feel like, so you guys go and talk about this at home.
We're in the middle of blankets and
wines. Middle of blankets and wines.
We are solving the person who didn't spread the bed when they woke up last. Guys. Oh, yo.
And the person when you're amwambia tawela weke wapi.
I beg. Tough.
Imagine. Tough. One of the ways in which parents can help kids to know where not to open their mouths is by first of all solving their issues alone. Understand there's that part where like, okay, you wanna bring like perfection, like your kids don't know nothing about your personal issues. They just want to see life moving. But I mean, like that's one trait that if you fail as a parent, it will be seen in your kids. Like we see friends out here doing, they just speak anyhow. They just open their mouth like wind is doing the work.
Like wind is doing the work, yo. Too serious.
Yeah.
Oh damn, that was nice. It was intense though.
I know, but I want us to finish by talking about parents projecting their own fears into their kids and the silence on mental health. Like for example, even when it comes to career, like parents just want you to become a lawyer. I mean, I don't want to become a lawyer.
I'm a mechanical engineer.
Okay, hata umeenda mbali because that looks sound more serious in an African setup. Mimi nataka kuwa actress.
Musician.
Like that.
Music is my passion. I want to pursue it.
Like I want to sing.
Kwa nyumba ya nani?
I want to sing. That's what I want. Like I see it in me. Like I want to sing. And then for them, they just feel like they've never seen anybody make it with singing. So they force you to get into education and becoming a teacher. And honestly, you don't want to become a teacher. It gets worse.
A student gets paid by their parents to go learn a course in campus that they don't want to learn. Mm-hmm. And then after that whole degree, I don't want to be an architecture. My dad wants me. Pays architecture school fees and pays me to learn architecture. Yeah. And then after the architecture is done, now since I didn't want to, I did it for you. Here's your paper. Now let's go. You pay for what I want to do.
Those ones are for parents with money. Because we wouldn't even pay for education. Even education alone is a problem. Now can you pay for it twice?
Pay me to read what you want. And then I won't do it.
There is no bad thing as doing something that you really don't like. Kwanza easy process inaenda for long. Like imagine just being architecture or medicine or even these engineering things, go to somewhere with all the physics and you didn't even want to become an engineer in the first place.
Killing.
Well, I know sometimes as a young kid you're not really sure of what you wanna become. But there are these where there's talent. Talent is seen. Like
our parents don't believe on talent.
Like and then or even like maybe if I've had like girls who live with a single mother and maybe their father was like deadbeat, or even abused the mother like physically and even emotionally, like name it. And so now like the mother keeps on like pressurizing the kid with like they're projecting their own fears and insecurities.
Somehow to tell
like I'm at like when they are starting to get into a relationship, achana na huyo mwanaume, like the way they just project like
narudi kwa baba yako alikuanga hivyo kama huyo boyfriend yako. I'm like, as a parent, you're failing. You are
exactly
big time.
Like I don't know, like just let kids be. But I also know that there are kids that need advice and they need not to
kids need advice regulation.
For sure. They need regulation. I mean, give your kids option. Like like how about you did this or something,
ABC.
or have the best ways to communicate instead of projecting your fears to the kids, because that's what they are going to pass to their generation.
It goes to almost the same
So
thing.
you're not changing any history.
Boys will get you pregnant. Maybe by the time she was getting pregnant, that
Yeah.
was the situation. She
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
listen to
yeah.
the parent, then
Yeah.
ended up getting pregnant, obviously with a guy.
Mhm.
Then she feels that will be on me now
Yeah.
again. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that happens a lot,
Mhm.
truly speaking, both career wise,
Mhm.
relationship wise, just as a human being. Parents project that a lot.
Mhm.
But I will say we can do better.
As
Did
if
they just say they can do
they
better?
can do better.
Yeah.
Hopefully we do better as well.
Hopefully, yeah.
But as we finish, let's talk about the silence on mental health. I feel like especially the suicidal cases that happens in a home where unasikia hapa nasema alikuwa tu poa kwa nyumba, everything was just happening. I think it's like the lack of like listening.
It is not even it is
listening,
not
and
listening.
Also picking up your kids at their picking conflict at your kids. Like, okay, fine, you found your kids smoking. What's the best way to handle that? Because these are difficult things. Okay, you from nowhere your kid is a queer community. That me, I'm attracted to women. I feel like we should have like a way of handling
that cannot happen.
These issues. Because do you know what hata umesema that cannot happen? Their household where okay, they can disown the kid. They say toka kwangu, usiwahi rudi hapa. Or they can even beat the kid to death. You've seen those like TV news where someone was killed because they were found smoking in the house or something. So I still feel like parents should have like ways of discussing these things to us, even though like they look like the stupidest form of sin that someone can ever do. Like, we're just selective sinners. But whether your kids come to like today with the weirdest behavior that was not in your lineage, maybe they're smoking, they've joined the queer community, they've done the worst, they're still your kids. And so that we also like don't sleep on listening to our kids to know where they're struggling mentally, to support them. You understand?
Yeah.
This episode comes to an end,
for sure.
but we'd have wished to go
more
overboard
and more
and
and more.
speak up tomorrow. But if you're watching this video today and you feel like there's somewhere we're not touching, or we are just going through like shallow, please tell us in the comment section so that we structure it somewhere, or we
go in depth.
Yeah. Exactly. But also just a big thank you to you guys
Very.
for tuning into our episodes.
Really matters, counts a lot, means a lot to us. And looking forward to seeing your comments. What are you learning? What are you unlearning? What do you think parents will do better or can do better? And also giving them grace in summary. It's been a nice episode. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Night. Nights.
Yeah. In whatever season that you are in, we wish you like a beautiful
one.
Bye.